Hey there, it's Kay, and thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today I'm going to be going over my budget for my first paycheck of January 2021, and before I get into it, I just want to say to my returning subscribers, thank you for joining me again, and if you're new to my channel, I hope you will watch to the end and consider following me on my journey by subscribing down below. Anyway, let's get right into it. Alright guys, so I have flipped to the page where I will be budgeting my very first paycheck, the exact numbers, because I just got this paycheck. And if you're wondering where you can find this budget sheet, it is designed by me and it is available on my Etsy shop, which is KayPlannerPrintables. And I'll have it linked in the comments below if you're interested in purchasing it. It's paychecks number 1 through 5. So 1, 2, and 3 I have examples of here. It goes 1 through 5, and there's also a blank one for you to write in any number you want, all in that one PDF file. Anyway, let me zoom you guys in so that we can take a closer look at these numbers. And I'm going to be using my Sharpie pen today and not my friction erasable pen, just because this is a new paper and I'm trying out various writing utensils on it to see how it looks, feels, and if it smudges and stuff. So I budgeted this paycheck to be $900, and the paycheck that I have received today is $982. So pretty close, but more than I budgeted for, which is awesome because that gives me a bit more wiggle room to save money. So we have $982 to work with no additional income going on there. So that means we are starting over here with $982. And first I like to work on my fixed expenses. So for my fixed expenses for this pay period, I've already budgeted them in my monthly budget video, and I'll have that in the card if you want to check that out first to know where I got these numbers from. But these numbers are going to be all exact. So 407, 5, 52, and 17. So these numbers are all exact to what I budgeted to. So the bill total for this pay period came out to $481, but we're starting with a different amount. So we're starting with $982, subtract $481. So we have $501 left over after paying my fixed expenses. So let's go ahead and bring that down to my variable expenses, which I stuff in cash envelopes. I use the cash envelope method for my variable expenses. So I have my allowance, gas, groceries, eating out, laundry, and pets are my variable expenses. And I'm going to stick with what I budgeted on these amounts here. So this is also going to stay exactly the same here. So that totals up to $260 of cash variable expenses. And if we subtract 260, we are left with 241. So now let's bring this 241 over to sinking funds, and I have a goal this year of trying to save at least $100 a month into my sinking funds, just to make sure I get in a good habit of saving money for any unforeseen expenditure. So I had budgeted a $60 stuffing into my medical envelope originally, but since I have the wiggle room for it, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put $100 in the envelope, and I actually had a goal for the month of putting $100 total in that envelope. So that's already gonna be me hitting that cash stuffing goal for the month off my first paycheck, which is amazing. I'm very excited for that. So envelope total comes out to $100, and 241 minus 100 is going to be 141. So let's bring that 141 down to extra debt payments, and I have budgeted $99 to stuff, And I do have a goal for the month of putting a little bit extra in my bills checking account, which is gonna eventually become my month ahead account. But you know what I'll do? I think I will just put all of this 141 towards my debt snowball for the month, because my Visa card is what I'm debt snowballing. So I'll just go ahead and put all of that towards my snowball, and that's gonna zero out the budget for me there, and we're not gonna put anything in extra savings there. So just to be sure, I'm gonna grab another pen here. I got a pink pen. Hopefully it shows up on camera. I believe I've used this before. And I'm gonna go through my surplus and deficits just to make sure the balance truly just evens out, just to be sure. So here on my income, I had a surplus of 82, more than I budgeted for. So we had a surplus of 82 to carry over here, and we were all zeros on all of these. These were exactly what I budgeted for. So bill total, no surplus or deficit. So that leaves us with a surplus of 82 that we brought down to cash envelopes. And just like my fixed expenses, with my variable expenses, I went with everything that I budgeted. So cash envelopes also zeroed out. So we still have a surplus 82, which we carried over. And so we did, so we're gonna put 100 in medical, which is 40 more than what we budgeted for. So here there's a deficit of 40 for the whole category. So we have 82 minus 40 leaves us with a surplus of 42. And so if we take 141 and we subtract 99, it should equal 42, which it does. So this is where it evens out. So we walked in with a surplus of 42, and out of everything we deficit 42, because we are putting more in than we budgeted for. So that is where we zero out for this month's, sorry, that's where we're gonna zero out for this paycheck budget, not monthly budget. We already zeroed out the monthly budget in a different video. Alright guys, so this is where I am going to end the video. This is my very first paycheck budget of the year, and it's looking like a really, really good one. We're off to a really great start with already hitting my medical sinking fund goal for the month and being able to stuff a little more into my snowball. So if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment down below, and I will have the cash stuffing envelope coming up very soon. So if you don't want to miss that, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you know while I upload. Anyways, thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace out.